Today we're reading Bible stories for children. And today we're reading Pharaoh's Dream. Genesis 41/137. 2 years ago. 2 years? That's a long time to be sitting in jail. I wonder if Joseph was wondering if God was really with him. But 2 long years went by since Joseph helped the butler and the baker. The butler never said a word to Pharaoh about Joseph, nice guy, but I guess it is an easy thing to do when you are living in a magnificent place where there are rows and rows of stone columns as big as trees, polished marble floors, and golden statues everywhere you look. When you have plenty of scrumptious things to eat and all kinds of fancy stuff and cool things, it's easy to forget about the people who don't. And that's just what the butler did. He forgot all about Joseph and about their back there in the cold, dark prison, but God didn't. Well, one night, Pharaoh had a dream. In his dream, he was standing by the Nile River when all of the sudden he saw 7 cows come up from the river. These were 7 big fat cows, and they began to too much on the reeds on the river bank. But then he saw 7 different cows come up from the river. These cows were all thin and ugly. These looked really hungry, like they could eat a cow. And that's just what they did. The seven thin and ugly cows ate the 7 fat cows. Pharaoh sat up in his bed. Whoa, that's freaky. He said, okay, he really didn't say that. He probably said something in Pharaoh'S but that's probably what he was thinking. And then he fell back in his bed and went back to sleep. He had another dream. In this one, he saw 7 heads of grain. They all grew from the same stem, and they were all healthy and full. But then he saw 7 new heads, and began grow up from the same stick. These were all thin and sausage by the east wind. And then the 7 thin heads of grain swallowed up the 7 healthy ones. Pharaoh sprang up in his bed again. "What was that all about?" he said out loud. The next morning he could get the strange dreams out of his head. They must mean something, he thought. And so Pharaoh sent for all the magnificent and wise men of Egypt. "Tell me what my dreams mean," Pharaoh demanded. Uh-oh. What? How could they do that? The magnificent and wise men of Egypt all huddled together in the great hall of that quiet that magnificent place, stretched their heads, tried to figure out what to say. If they didn't come up with something quick, they might don't have any heads left to scratch. Oops, the butler thought just then. It wasn't because he had spilled wine on the Pharaoh again, but because he just remembered Joseph. Your Majesty, please forgive me, he said. I should have told you this a long time ago, but back when you had the baker and me threw into prison. There was a Humber slave there. We had strange dreams too. And this headman slave told us what our dreams meant. And everything came to pass just as he said it would. Bring me this brew, Pharaoh shouted. At once Pharaoh's servants grabbed Joseph and dragged him from his cell. Now you can't escape. Go and stand before the king of all Egypt, wearing filthy rags and smelling like you haven't had a bath in 2 years. To stink would knock the Pharaoh right off the throne, and then you would be in big trouble. And so they let Joseph shave and shower and they gave him a new set of rags to wear. And then they brought him to stand before the great and mighty Pharaoh. I am told that you can't tell the meaning of dreams. Is this true? No, it is not, Joseph said. What? Pharaoh screamed. The butler grabbed. Pharaoh was about to really lose his temper, but then Joseph added, I cannot tell the meaning of another man's dreams, but God can. Tell me your dreams, and maybe God will tell me the meaning of you. And so Pharaoh told Joseph his dream. When he was finished, Joseph said, both of your dreams mean that same thing. God is telling you what he is about to do. The 7 fat cows and the 7 fat heads and heads of grain stand for 7 good years. For 7 years, there will be loss of rain. You crops will fourfold overflow. Crops will overflow, and there will be more than language food for everyone. But the 7 skinny cows and the 7 thin heads of grain cropped by the east wind sand of 7 years for a great famine. The land will dry up, your crops will wither and die, and you and your people will cry about the food. It will be so bad. Everyone will forget the 7 good years that came before. That is what God is going to do, Joseph said. And so he gave you 2 dreams to make sure you got the message. God was sent you this warning so you can be prepared. This is what you must do. You must find a wise and able man, a man who is filled with the Spirit of God. Put this wise and able man in charge of all of Egypt. His job will be to see that any food is saved up during the 7 good years, to find your people during the 7 years of famine that will come after. Where can I find such a wise and spirit-filled man? Pharaoh asked. Everyone looked at Joseph. Thank you for coming to CUBN Live, and I hope you like Bible Stories videos. And on Fridays, I'm gonna be doing my own show called the Alana Show. I'm gonna do like a Pop-Tart challenge. And I'll see you on that day. Bye-bye.